Alright, hey, what's up guys? I'm Paracusia. I run the Mario game, of course, as you guys all know. Today I'll be doing 120 star, so let's just get into it, shall we? So we'll go on 3, 2, 1, go. So the objective is simple. I'm just collecting every single star in the game through various just movement methods. You'll see a couple glitches, a couple tricks, but mainly it's just fast movement, you know, taking advantage of the game's physics and mechanics to just get through all the levels pretty quick. So basically my routing will be, I will go for what we usually do in normal runs, where we'll do what's called a backwards long jump, where we'll as the name suggests, backwards long jump onto sort of an out of bounds area and gain speed and get into the first Bowser level without any stars. But first, we have Lakitu skip. So basically what I was going for there was I was going to try to jump onto the side of the bridge and skip like a short cutscene. Yeah, so that was what I was trying to skip. Classic marathon run, but we'll get through it. So this is what I was talking about before. We'll come up to what's called LBLJ, which is lobby backwards long jump, where I'll clip through this little pillar here. Gain some speed, go out of bounds, and clip through the first Bowser level. So what's interesting about the Bowser levels in this game is that they're all on cycles. So if you make a mistake, then you're missing out on a bunch of time like I am right now. And there's pretty much like a bunch of named cycles. Like what I would have gone for is called Shigeru's cycle. It's usually named after the runner who first did it or first found it. But we're going into uncharted territory here. Alright, star number 1. So basically, the reason why going into the first Bowser level is faster is because usually we would have to go into Bob-omb Battlefield first, and then after we finish Dark World, we'd have to actually go back into Bob-omb Battlefield, which is obviously slow, and it also skips a bunch of text and a little cutscene, so it's good that I got it. Sort of saves a little bit of time after that Lakitu skip moment. So now I've got the first key that incidentally turns into a star on JP. I'm going to be doing lobby like normal, except I won't be going into Bob-omb Battlefield right now. I'll actually skip to Womp's Fortress. Okay, so the star order, it can matter, like which order I get the stars in, but in most cases it doesn't really matter. Sometimes it'll be like 1 or 2 stars you'll have to do before, you know, you do the rest of the level. But, yep, so that was called Cannonless. Basically, there's a little ledge you can actually grab where the star is inside the wall there. So instead of blasting the wall out, we just, you know, do a bit of a setup and grab this tiny ledge, which actually extends Mario's hitbox, which allows him to grab the star. Ah, damn.
Here we go!
So usually you would take an owl, you'll basically grab onto an owl and fly up and drop onto the star, but with a well-placed wall kick and a well-timed wall kick, you can actually get in fairly easily. So I'm just going to collect 100 coin stars, or 100 coins for the 100 coin star here, which this is also on a cycle, which I'm going to fail here, but that's fine. Just grab all these coins. Yeah, so you'll see there's a lot of sort of advanced movements which are kind of hard to explain, but... Oh, I forgot to grab those extra coins. Basically, one of the advanced movements you'll see me doing is called a speed kick, where basically I hold on to A, and like that, I do a kick while my control stick is in a certain position, and I'll just conserve all speed, and you'll see that throughout the run. So now we'll move on to one of the easiest stars in the game, although this movement can be quite difficult and you can die doing it.
Here we go!
So there are, I believe, yeah, so there's 7 stars in every level besides, I believe HMC, which can technically count as 8 stars. But there is 6 normal stars and then an extra 100 coin star, which is technically like a bonus star. There are several bosses as well, so this is the first one we'll encounter. The bosses are pretty easy, it's just like basically hit them 3 times using different methods and usually win. I should mention that when Mario ground pounds, it actually changes his hitbox a bunch, so if anything is moving above him or below him, if you ground pound, you'll actually just clip through whatever is moving through you. So you'll see me change camera a bunch. Basically, it's mostly just to reduce lag, you know, look away from laggy areas and all that jazz. Yeah, that's Swamp's Fortress done. First level, very reset heavy level in normal attempts. But I'm glad we're moving past that and we'll go on to our first swimming level.
Got time for a quick donation?
Yeah, sure.
We have $40 from Danica, $34 for 34 deaths, and an extra $6 for good luck. Put this towards the VVV incentive, please.
Thank you. So with swimming in Mario, it's sort of like a timing thing, and we have audio cues for it. It's really bad if you miss a swim. You can lose a lot of speed, so I'm gonna try to avoid that.
Here we go!
It's kind of unfortunate that you have to focus so hard on swimming, considering there's 2 full swimming levels. There's this one and then Die Docks, which will be later on in the run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swim down to the ship at a certain angle and clip through and get through. Instead of raising the ship, I can just, instead of moving the eel, sorry, I can just get through like that. So I can raise the ship.
Here we go!
Okay, so this is actually one of the levels where star order does kind of matter. Doing that star raises the ship, which makes 100 coins possible, because all of the red coins are sort of above ground and you need the ship to get to them. So I'm going to do 100 coin right now, which is pretty straightforward, just a lot of swimming. So there actually isn't a lot of coins in this level, so if you miss one of those blue coins in the cave, then you actually can't collect the 100 coin star. It's actually impossible, which does happen sometimes, and it's very frustrating. So just going to abuse Mario's hitbox there after doing an underwater punch to climb that sort of slope. And we'll talk to the Bob-omb to open the cannon, which we'll use later on for another star.
Here we go!
Yeah, there's JRB 100. Very long and sort of taxing star. Takes a lot of focus. But yeah, for this next star, I'll be taking advantage of going max speed using our audio cues to basically brute force my way through this jet stream here. So usually that requires the metal cap to get down to, but you know, for some reason you can just swim perfectly and get through. Ah, damn. So you can sort of instantly shoot yourself out of the cannon to get to that star up there. But it is frame perfect. I just thought I'd go for it for the fans. Yeah, like I said before, punching underwater is actually kind of broken. You can get through a lot of walls, a lot of slopes to, you know, get to places faster, get to these tunnels. There's actually a very similar clip that was found recently in Die Docks that uses the same method, but I don't think I'll be going for it in this run.
Here we go!
So this time, instead of sort of instantly shooting myself out of the cannon, I'll just line up, use a little texture cube we have.
Here we go!
So you'll see me just change the camera here to reduce a bunch of lag. Having the ship up like that just causes all kinds of lag, and it can be hard to swim through, so we just use camera angles to sort of make stuff easier. Okay, so we got the boring level out of the way, so we'll move on to some more exciting things. So this will be the first secret star. Oh no, sorry, it'll be the second secret star we get. So the first was actually the aquarium right before Jolly Roger Bay. These next two will be the second and third. And some of the secret stars are actually really cool. Like this has a skip here that we can just get down. And just skip most of the slide. It's pretty simple.
Here we go!
So this will be the first time we see the wing cap in the run, which is actually quite hard. It's a little bit more difficult than swimming, but you know, once you get used to it, you can not miss cones like I just did. But we will be needing this wing cap switch for Bob on Battlefield, which we'll be entering soon. So we'll be going for our second slide star, which basically just, the first one we had to beat it in under an amount of time. I can't remember what it is. This time there's just one in the box right at the back here. So slide times, you can get, I believe 12.4 is sort of like max you can get in a run, but it's very rare. 12.6 and 12.7 seems to be sort of the standard. Okay, so this is sort of like our our first large-scale level with basically just a lot of movement. And we'll just be using a bunch of tricks up here to get up the mountain multiple times throughout the stars. So here's technically the first boss of the game, which is pretty easy. You just run behind him, grab him, throw him, and you do it rinse and repeat 3 times. So quite simple.
Here we go!
Alright, so I'm going to be racing Cooper the Quick here. He's not going to know what's going to hit him. So basically, we can beat him, and once we beat him, he'll sort of start speeding up, and then we just fall back down, and while, you know, he's slowly trying to get to, you know, the end goal, we're just going to open the cannon here and just take as much time as we need. Well, he tried his best.
Here we go!
Right, so coming up, there's actually a few interesting stars here. We'll see our first bomb glitch, and we'll also see our first speed conservation glitch. It's a hard word. So here we have what's called bomb clip. I'm sure everyone knows what this is. You just re-grab the bomb as it's about to blow up and just get through. Easy.
Here we go!
Now here I'll attempt to keep all of my speed from this slope. Didn't keep it all, but kept some of it. I'll get another attempt at it.
Here we go!
So having a lot of speed with the wing cap is actually, you can get some crazy results. As you just saw coming off of the slope there, you know, you can do a triple jump and just fly up to that, you know, island in the sky quite easily. So I'm just gonna use another little visual cue here to hit all the secrets without really touching my stick.
Here we go!
Right, now on to the 100 coin star, which is possibly one of the most random 100 coin stars. So, yep, that's already one gone. Basically, when coins spawn after you kill an enemy or spawn them, you know, from anywhere basically, they'll go in any random direction. So, I'll just be trying to collect as many as I can and try to adapt to, you know, how many coins I have. And the shell's pretty fun. You can sort of keep a lot of height on your jump by holding A while you're on the shell and have a wing cap. You can do the same with normal movement too. Just gonna try to grab as many coins as I can here. 66 out of the air, so that's pretty decent. What that means basically is at the end here I'll be grabbing a box and I'll be spawning coins from 3 poles. And depending on how many you have out of the air, you'll have to do sort of different strats here. Ideally you'll have 69 or 68 out of the air, where you don't have to grab the box and you only have to, you know, spawn coins from 3 of these poles. So that was good RNG from the box there. Actually pretty decent. So if you grab the 100th coin a certain amount of frames after the last red coin, you can actually spawn both of them at the same time, which saves a ludicrous amount of time. So it's always worth going for, because if you get it, yeah, it saves a bunch of time.
Got time for a quick donation or two?
Yeah, sure.
We have $50 from Anonymous. 12 years ago, I had cancer, and I'm only here today because of the great research events like this support. Keep up the awesome work. We also have $20 from J and T. Hi, Uncle Jared. We miss you. Lucy is being so needy.
Needy cat. Alright, so just capturing Mips here to grab the star. He's pretty easy to grab. On the English version, he's actually a lot slower, but it actually kind of makes it harder. But coming up is the hardest stage in the game. That's a first. I've got to figure out where I am. Okay, so we are here. Okay. So basically, that's just sort of an evolution of what we saw in Bomb Battlefield, where you can re-grab the bomb. When you re-grab the bomb, it's actually on a timer. So what we do is we re-grab it again. We let go of it and re-grab it again. It actually extends it a bunch. To the point where it's like it's too long to count. Like you can hold the bomb forever, basically at that point. But just gonna take advantage of the fly guy there to bounce across and hit the bird. Now, time to do what's considered one of the hardest stars in the game. So I'm gonna conserve all my speed and bounce off of an invisible wall there to sort of turn around and hopefully have enough speed to grab all of these red coins out of the air. And yep, that's good. So there's a cool strat there you can do by pressing Z on a specific frame, and you keep a bunch of the speed from the slope there, and you're able to fly to the ending. But it is quite difficult. I'm just happy I didn't die.
Here we go!
So not bad so far. Will it be entering the pyramid once again to fight another boss using a strat called Topless, which is quite difficult. It requires a second frame wall kick. There are exactly 5 frames you can get a wall kick on. And oh, nailed it. Nice. So second frame always gives you the most height in a wall kick. So basically any strat that requires you to have a bunch of height after a wall kick, you definitely want a second frame. Otherwise it will usually fail. So these bosses are just pretty easy. Just kicking the eyeballs.
Here we go!
Okay, so here's one of my favorite star in the game, and you know it's very, very intense. But this is SSL 100 coin. Gonna hopefully not miss any yellow coins outside. So it'll make inside the pyramid a lot easier. Yeah, just going to use a combination of flying and ground movement to grab all these coins here. Bounce this crazy box into a slope and yeah, get a roll out there. Very nice. So basically, you'll see me going on top of all 4 of these pillars here, which will open the top and make it so we can enter from the top of the pyramid instead of the bottom. Just a coin there, that's fine. So just gonna play it safe here. I messed up my camera a little bit there. There's nothing worse than falling down before collecting all these coins. So this is one of the stars where you actually pair it with not a red coin star, we pair it with a secret star. And that's because the red coin star is outside of the pyramid, and there's simply not that many coins outside the pyramid.
Here we go!
Thank you, Lacey, for the 10 gifted subs.
Here we go!
And thank you, Neo, for the 25 gift subs.
Here we go!
Okay, done with Shifting Sandland. On to another really hard stage. This entire section of the game is just extremely hard.
Looks like we may have a gift sub war going on right now. Thank you, Lacey, for the extra 10 subs.
So yeah, pretty simple movement here. I'm just going to be taking advantage of this elevator here to collect some of these red coins. Okay, so that's kind of bad. I'll have to go back up there and ride the elevator again. So yeah, that was a very difficult strat. You basically you're sort of long jumping into nothingness and hoping that you land on a slope, so you can hope that you wall kick off of this tiny little arch coming up here. So it's quite the difficult strat.
And thank you, Jimmy, for the 10 gift subs.
I think we'll just play it safe. So yeah, we've got time for some donations.
Yeah, I apologize for all the audience noise, but we've been getting very hyped because we've been having gift subs go back and forth, back and forth. Thank you, Lacey, for another 10 gifted subs. But on top of the gifted subs, we also have a couple donations. We have $20 from Cohen. We're linked by cursed genes, brother. You got all the dominant god gamer genes, and I got all the inferior recessive genes. Nonetheless, good luck, Para.
Thank you.
We have $20 from Paul Mal that says, @Neo. And we also have $80 from Dact. I don't know what an ASM is. This donation is purely for tax purposes. Thank you everyone for the amazingly generous donations and gift subs. Keep them coming.
Alright, I sort of fumbled a bit there, but we got through it, so now I get to show off this next BLG, which is just to get through this sort of mesh here. So yeah, believe it or not, that's actually the easy one in HMC. There's another one coming up that's going to be quite difficult. Hopefully I'll nail it after all that.
And thank you, Master Glint, for another 10 gifted subs.
So these eyeballs can be a little finicky to get attached to you. So ideally we want the blue coin to fall down, but most of the time it doesn't. So we just have to go back up here, and if you take too long it'll despawn and you have to go get a really annoying one in the corner there where that other eyeball is.
Here we go!
Alright, so this is probably a good opportunity to mention that HMC actually doesn't have a ceiling, so you can get from basically anywhere if you go high enough. So you'll see me taking advantage of that here. And there it is. Toxic Maze BLJ. Yeah, quite a difficult strat. The setup for it was found around 2017, and yeah, people still struggle to pick it up. It's quite a hard BLJ. So I'm just going to keep taking advantage of the fact that there's no ceiling here. You can ignore that.
Thank you, Aeon, for the 5 gifted subs.
Here we go!
We also have $50 from Zumi. Look behind you right now.
Legend has it the Zumi is in your walls.
Thank you, Opal Lua, for the 10 gifted subs.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, there's actually an 8th star in HMC, if you want to count it like that. But we got the metal cap coming up, which we actually ideally don't press the metal cap, because we don't need the metal cap for literally anything in the game.
And thank you, Megaslayer, for the 5 gifted subs.
Here we go!
So that's 2 of the 3 cap levels that we've done. The next one coming up will be Vanish Cap, which will be right after Basement.
Here we go!
Okay, so we got 2 more easy stars. I always leave the easy stars towards the end for no particular reason. It's just nice to have them after some quite hard stars.
here we go! 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 Here we go
So if you get unlucky here, you can actually have boulders just roll straight at you. So you want to avoid that by just being attentive and running around the boulders if they come towards you. There's no real good way of avoiding them.
And we have just hit 18,000 total donations. Thank you everyone for the extremely generous donations, and we have many more runs to come over the next 24 hours plus. So thank you very, very much to all of our viewers.
Here we go!
Okay, we got the floor is lava level. Basically, just gonna try to avoid getting burned at all costs, because getting burned can really spiral into death quite easily. Yeah, a lot of the stuff you'll see is sort of like the same concept as everything else. That's sort of the theme of this game is, you know, you learn one thing, it gets a lot easier to learn the rest of the things, because it's mostly all like sort of the same movement. It's just implementing it in different ways. So I lied, you actually do get burned on purpose, but it is on purpose. Got a bit bullied there, that's okay.
Here we go!
So there's a cool little strat here coming up with the 3 little bullies, where you can sort of jump and do a ground pound, and your Mario's hitbox will sort of extend out and hit all of them into the lava all at once. So I'll lure all of them, and yeah, knock them all in.
Here we go!
So Lethal Lava Land is sort of considered the easiest of the 3 basement levels, which is very nice considering it's right at the end. You know, you get it sort of a breather in until you hit the hardest cap level. So this whole section of the game is just extremely difficult. I'm just going to take advantage of the shell here to grab a bunch of coins. This is another level where you sort of need to pay attention to your star order, because you can't grab the shell until you've done most of the stars in the game. In the level, sorry. So I'm missing quite a few coins. I need 80 entering, but luckily there's some backup coins there.
Here we go!
So there's a million different strats here, but I'm just gonna side flip and grab the pole. Sort of quite easy.
Here we go!
Got time for a quick couple donations?
Yeah, sure.
We have $50 from Marjon with no comment. Thank you very much. We also have $20 from Clock District. Thanks to the Australian Taxation Office for sponsoring this donation. For legal reasons, it's not actually a sponsorship. Throw this towards Italian Kiwi. And we have $100 from Club Who. Guys, I don't want to add Twitch subs to the layouts, please.
Here we go!
Okay, so we're now at 50 stars, which means the second MIPS will spawn, and this one's actually quite difficult to grab. It's a kind of weird angle work, but yeah, I seem to have gotten it. Nice. It can be a disaster if you miss him. He'll just start running around basement. Yeah, it's horrible. So now that we've drained the moat, we can go into the third and last cap stage, which is also cycle based. There's a lot of cycle based things in this game. But I guess we'll just play it safe. Oh, that's interesting. So if you don't get enough height there, you can actually land up on that tiny little ledge. So that is all of the basement plus Vanish Cap over. So now we can head back and do the rest of lobby, which is... This section is sort of a little bit of a reprieve. Everything in this game is hard, but you know, stuff like CCM isn't super difficult. So just taking advantage of a backflip there to get down and wall kick using my forward momentum. So this gap here, let's see if I die to it. So it can be a death trap. Okay, so I lived. It wasn't amazing, but I lived.
Here we go!
So this level is interesting. It's another one of those ones where star order mostly doesn't matter until like you need to do the snowman star, which you kind of have to do last, which also happens to be the easiest star in this level. So yeah.
Here we go!
Yeah, some of the tricks in CCM are actually pretty easy to do. You could go home and do it yourself if you wanted. Like, this strat here is super easy. You just grab the penguin, and then you just hold forward. And you just fall down with the penguin. Okay, so now that I've got those stars out of the way, I can do 100 coin, which can be a little scary. The coins can be a little tight with the routing. But this is sort of a more recent route. The problem with this route is that it can actually be it's coin perfect, so if I miss any coins, it can be kind of disastrous, but we'll see how we go.
Hey, Para.
Yep.
I have a request for you.
What's
$5 from Neo that says, Para, I will donate $50 if you give us your best Gary Cahuega.
After this. Alright, so that was a little skip that was found, you know, within the past couple of years, where if you skip that part of the slide, you'll actually speed the penguin up a little, and that's why we actually grabbed those extra blue coins. But yeah, onto Gary Cahuega. Alright, so very good that I nailed that slide stride. It is quite disastrous if I failed it. Sort of tempting fate there. Yeah, we got this star coming up, which is quite simple. We just escort the snowball down, which is quite funny. There's actually only one trigger here, which is around where I am right now. Where if you don't pass it, the snowball will just fall off the edge. But once you hit it, you can go anywhere in the level and it'll still come to the head. But I'm just gonna do a backflip here, and I failed it. But you can sort of get a text box earlier if you talk to the snowman head right before the body hits it. It's just a tiny little time save. Alright, on to Big Bruce Haunt, which is quite the level. A lot of door opening. So what's interesting about these boos, after you kill them, they spawn a text box. I'm just gonna exit the level. It's actually just faster if you exit the level here, instead of just running all the way back. But yeah, what's interesting about the boo text box is before the text box appears, like after you kill the boo, but before the text box appears, the game goes into a state which I think is called time stop, where Mario is actually able to go through doors. So you can sort of phase through doors quite easily. So there's a good example right there. It can be quite precise. That one was actually the easier one. There's two of them that we can do. There's the first, basically after we kill the first boo, and these last boos here. Let's see if I can get through. Yeah, that one is super precise. It's very hard to pull off. It's always worth going for though.
Here we go!
So yeah, despite all the door opening during this 100 coin, it is actually quite interesting and kind of fun. You know, you can sort of separate all of these rooms into their little sections, and they can be fun to practice. So yeah, I'm gonna hopefully get all these coins. You can get really screwed over there by coin RNG, but 23 re-entering is actually enough, so we're good there. And you also don't want to have one of those blues run out, because getting any extra backup coins is a super big pain. So yeah, just gonna trot along. These eyeballs you can kill and then go do something else while, you know, they die, to save a bit of time. This can be kind of tough, this part here. So this part here, I'm gonna run around the back of this room here, and then I'm gonna mash C up when I hit the platform, so I don't fall down and go back down to the, you know, the bad spot. Basically, falling down the pits is, I guess, what we call factorying, which I think it's called factory because it's like a boo factory, and you'll find out why later.
Here we go!
Yeah, the rest of these stars are pretty straightforward. We're just going through the mansion, and, you know, there's actually 2 bosses in this level. Actually 3, if you want to count the eyeball. So there's this big boo, which we can just take out in 3 hits quite easily. And then there'll be another big boo and also a large eyeball that we just spin around. But yeah, the bosses in this game are actually quite easy. Nice and simple stars here. Really, the only complex stars in BBH are the first 2, so the Ghost Hunt and also the 100 coin. The rest are pretty simple.
Got time for some more donations?
Yep.
We have $20 from Muso for hire. Loving this SM64 run, and the ATO didn't even force me to say that. Donation goes towards the Sonic Task run. And we also have $5 from Fire Striker. Remember to check your smoke alarms. Donations are host choice. And we do have that $50 from Neo. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so this is what I was alluding to before with the whole factory thing. Basically, 5 of these small boos will spawn. I'm just going to kill them as soon as they come out. Just by ground pounding. And on the 5th one, I want to be making sure I'm facing the the painting, otherwise he won't come out. And then, yeah, just kill another big boo. There's a total of, I think, 3 big boos in this level. Okay, so now we're gonna go finish up these levels here, which we actually didn't enter. We got Diadox and Fire Sea, and Diadox being almost completely just water, so it's all just swimming. Also, the 100 coin star is also quite tough. It's also considered one of the hardest stars in a 120 run. So I can miss 1 coin, which I've already missed, so gotta make sure I collect all of them. So coming up is the laggiest area in the game. There's a big submarine that I just need to avoid looking at all costs. And you'll see what I mean. Even not looking at it, it's still extremely laggy. Yeah, as I said, quite laggy, hard to navigate, especially with a frame rate of 2. Okay, so the intended route, well, the way it's intended to get the red coins is actually you're supposed to get the substar first, which despawns it, and then you use a bunch of poles that just move around to grab the red coins, but it's extremely slow. Okay, so I'll take advantage of the level still being past Fire Sea to get a couple quick stars here. So I will be attempting to go to the front of the submarine and jump on top of it to grab this star, which will despawn the submarine. Okay, so now with the submarine gone, the entrance of DDD will actually move back past Fire C, so I'm just going to take advantage of that and go into Fire C straight away instead of finishing DDD. Yeah, another Bowser level, and another cycle-based level. Like I said before, they're all cycle-based, so this one being probably the easiest of the three to hit the fast cycle. Okay, so I'm gonna miss both of the fastest cycles here, unfortunately, from those ledge grabs, but might give us some time for a donation.
Well, we have plenty of those. We have $20 from Hikale. In awe of this Mario 64 run, keep up the amazing work, everyone. $20 to the Superliminal Any Percent bonus run. We also have $20 from Anonymous with no comment. Thank you very much. And we also have another $5 anonymous donation that says Dono goes to Superliminal Run. And with that, we are 41% of the way to the Superliminal Any Percent run, with $590 left. So thank you very much for your donation.
Okay, so now we've got the most unique Bowser fight here. He'll sort of tilt the platform here, but that's sort of the only gimmick, really. I mean, if I miss the throw, it'll be kind of a disaster. This is the most time you can lose missing a Bowser throw like that. So what'll happen is he'll jump back up and tilt the platform, which means I can't grab him for a whole, you know, however many seconds. There we go. So first and second Bowser fights only requires one hit, but the third will require 3 hits. So what's interesting about this star is the rings are all messed up. The axes are, I think, swapped. So hitting you have to hit directly in the middle of the rings, or else they just won't register at all. Yeah, just 2 more real simple stars here in DDD, and then we'll move on to upstairs. So like we saw in Jolly Roger Bay with the Jetstream star, we can do the exact same thing here with Die Die Docks, except it's a lot more difficult because you have to be grabbing 5 rings.
Here we go!
Yeah, that can be quite difficult. If you have a sort of a slightly bad angle, the Jetstream will just push Mario past the star, and you have to sort of swim around and go back and have to swim through the Jetstream again. It's really slow if you fail it.
Here we go!
Okay, now onto upstairs, which is very, very interesting. It's a very interesting part of the run. There's a lot of places I can die.
We have a $5 donation from Neo that says, "Para, look behind you."
Okay, so Wet Dry World, basically I'm going to enter at the top of the level, the top of the painting, to sort of have the water as high as it can possibly be. So I can just swim over here. Basically, the where you enter the painting sort of corresponds to what the water level is at. So if you enter low, the water level will be low, and mid, etc. Yeah, here's one of only 2 uses of the Vanish Cap Star. I don't think we use it anywhere else. But it is required to get past there. You can do a BLJ, but it's IL only, unfortunately. So Wet Dry World has a ludicrous amount of coins, just in a bunch of boxes and enemies and whatnot, but we're going to pair this up with another downtown star, so we don't have to like go down there just for 1 star. So there's a lot of places you can wall kick here, which means falling down doesn't really matter too much. You can just wall kick back up anywhere. So yeah, that's what we call a star dance clip. It's basically where you grab a star and Mario wants to land as soon as possible to do, you know, his little dance thing. And if you jump high enough, or there's our first save and quit. Basically, yeah, so when he wants to do the star dance, if you're very close to a ledge, he'll actually just clip straight up onto the ledge straight away. Which is very interesting. There isn't many uses for it in the run, but it can be useful. So now this is a star that has actually changed a little bit since last time I ran this. The route is slightly different. Basically, we can take a little more direct route through the level to basically purely to avoid this amp here. Basically, the old strat, you would like sort of wall kick up and ledge grab, and it was sort of random where the amp would be, and he would just shock you, and you'd instantly lose like 2 seconds. But we can avoid it like that.
Here we go!
So this is a cool strat. We just sort of do a triple jump on the ramp, and obviously I want to make it up there, but it can be a little tight. Alternatively, you can just take the long way around.
Here we go!
Okay, so we're gonna sort of do the same thing on the ramp again, but this time with middle water level. So it's actually a lot worse if you fail it this time, since the water level's up and falling in water is just a huge time loss.
Here we go!
Yeah, here's another really easy star. There's actually just a portal right here that takes you right next to the star. You just fall down and grab it.
Here we go!
Okay, so that's wet dry well done. Onto Tiny Huge Island. So there's two entrances here. There's the small entrance, which obviously spawns Mario really big. Well, that was the intention. And there's also a big entrance, which I won't be using, but we can switch while we're in the level. So there's a clip here where if you have enough speed going up this slope, you can do a dive, and it'll just instantly clip you up. And you'll see this a bunch with the next level too, Tall Mountain. Anytime there's sort of water, it'll extend out of bounds, and if you hit water out of bounds, it'll try to put you in bounds above the water. So that's why Mario sort of warps up.
Here we go!
So yeah, there's a lot of cool strats here where, you know, there's just like ledge grabs like this one where you just sort of, it looks like you shouldn't be able to do it, but you just do it. And same with this, you sort of clip through into the water and you can skip having to drain the water to get to the Wiggler. We're seeing Mario be just the worst bully here.
Here we go!
We have a $5 donation from Clock District. Everyone here has looked behind them. Para has looked behind himself. Everyone at home, look behind you. Throw this into Superliminal any percent.
So this is a cool 100 coin. Basically, every time these Goombas are really big, if you ground pound them, they'll always spawn a blue coin. Which makes it so there's a lot of Goombas in this level, so which means there's a lot of coins. So it kind of doesn't make sense because this route is actually coin perfect. Kind of weird, but Haven't missed any yet, which is nice. Okay, so this part is absolutely terrifying. I might play this a little safe. Okay. I believe that might be the worst place in the entire run to die, because it's after a really long 100 coin. So, it's good that I didn't fall.
Here we go! Here we go!
So coming up we have the second and last Cooper race, which is basically another pretty easy one, although this time he is quite a lot faster and you can actually get beaten if you're not careful. Yeah, just gonna take out his brethren there to get his shell, and yeah, beat him. Super easy. So he actually stops in kind of, it seems random, but I think it's manipulable, which is why I went to the corner there. He can stop super early like that, but he can also stop super late and just like, you just lose like 2 seconds for seemingly no reason.
Here we go!
Okay, on to Tall Mountain, which actually has quite a lot of clips, which you'll see hopefully here. Oh no! So I did get it, but I ground pounded a little late. So we'll try that again. Okay, there we go. So that's Breezeless. Obviously named because you skip Breeze. I don't come up with their names. Yeah, and then we have these 3 mountain clips where we just simply go through the geometry because, yeah, why not? Oh, unfortunate. I gotta remember this back up. I think that's it, yep.
Here we go!
So yeah, like I was saying before, anytime there's water, it'll sort of extend out of bounds in all directions, and once you get into that water, you'll clip upwards.
Do you have time for a quick donation?
Sure.
We have $5 from Anonymous, $5 towards adding John Speedrun to the end of marathon credits, or towards Italian Kiwi Birds, whichever is easier.
So if you fail that triple jump up that slope, you can actually just hold A and press B, and Mario will just do, I guess what we call slope kicks, where you can just keep going up slopes as long as you're holding A and pressing B. So it's quite a nice backup for a lot of slope movements like that. Oh, that's unfortunate. So this is my last backup. The wall kick off the log can actually be quite difficult. It's sort of a timing thing. You don't want to get too late of a wall kick. But I'll just back it up with 100 coins. So this is the one slide that you actually can't do any skips on, because the slide, I believe, is split into either 2 or 3 parts. You actually load, the slide's so big you have to load an extra sort of level, I guess, to get the rest of the slide in. And it is sort of seamless when you're playing, so I honestly couldn't tell you where the load is. Just gonna take advantage of this breeze. Get up there.
Here we go! Here we go!
Okay, I sort of get like one more shot at log wall kick for this final star. There we go. Oh no. So, when that happens, the camera can be kind of messed up here, so I'm just going to play it safe. So, basically you can grab the monkey like that on the slope, and that'll let Mario just like continue holding him. Usually he would run down, and you can sort of help him get to his final spot there.
Here we go!
Oh, and I've just re-entered when I didn't need to. That's fine. So I'll just take a death there, and I'll move on to Snowman's Land.
Here we go!
So a lot of these stars are just movement until we get to the 100 coin, where it is the most random star in the game. There's going to be coins everywhere. So yeah, this is another use for the vanish cap, and I believe we now don't need the vanish cap anymore. So if it is anywhere, we don't need it. So I didn't get enough height there, but there's a pretty simple backup here with the aforementioned slope kicks, where you can just get up here and slide down.
Here we go!
And now onto the 100 coin. I'm not looking forward to this. And there it is. That's one of the reasons why it's so random. This is actually good luck, by the way. That was actually kind of lucky, since they're all kind of close together. And missing one is fine there. But if you're familiar with this game, you may or may not recognize this route. It's kind of cool, and you'll see why. So I'll just grab this backup Goomba here, just in case. Oh, I failed it. But basically you conserve your speed using slopes and you can actually get over really quick. Unfortunately I failed it, but that's whatever. So I'm going to jump on the slope here to get a bunch of speed with the shell, and I'll try to do frame perfect jumps every time I do jump. Every time you do a frame perfect jump on the shell, you actually you either gain speed or you conserve all of your speed. I can't remember which one. Kind of rusty on the details. Yeah, the style was actually kind of merciful. Didn't miss too many coins, which is nice. There are backup coins, but they're just kind of slow. It's always unfortunate when you have to go for them.
Here we go!
And now some 2 quick ones. You can just triple jump up here and use the slope to get in.
Here we go!
I think might be the fastest star in the game. I think it is. And then we have another really fast star here, which I will try to at least make it look cool. Unfortunate, but basically we can just slide onto the bully and it'll just push him all the way to the edge.
Here we go!
Now that's the first part of upstairs done. Now we're on to what we call Tippy, which is the, as you can probably guess, the tip top of the tower, or the castle. See it. Oh, wow. So that's interesting. It's you can go for that BLJ and save around 8 seconds, but it's a high risk, high reward because it's quite easy to fail. It feels very random. It's another sort of stage where you don't want to fall off because it is a huge time loss. if you fall off this stage, you don't die. You actually fall to the castle grounds, so which means you have to climb all the way up the castle again. Okay, so now with that done, we're on to a lot of people's favorite level, TikTok Clock. The fun part about this level is that there are variable speeds depending on when you enter the clock. So I entered at 12, which means it's all just going to be stopped, which is useful for 2 stars that we do, or 3. We'll see. I might do it for 3, I might do it for 2. Yeah, this is just very movement heavy. Definitely one of the coolest looking 100 coin stars. Not a crazy amount of randomness. There is randomness in these coin boxes, but if we jump onto the coins fast enough, they won't go anywhere. And there's actually a first invisible wall of the run. I can't explain it. There are just invisible walls. It's unfortunate. Oh, it's unfortunate. Didn't fall that far. You can fall all the way down, and it's it can be quite tragic. But I'll just play it safe and get up here.
Here we go!
There we go.
Here we go!
Okay, so now we're on to the moving stars, which is the fun part. Basically, there are 3 or 4 stars you can do while the clock is moving. I will go for the red coins while it's moving. Oh no. Oh, that's unfortunate. There is a backup here. I'll just try to navigate this. Whatever. I'll just go for a different star, it's fine. Or I'll die. So yeah, this level, as you can see, is riddled with invisible walls. It's quite epic, honestly. You never know when one's gonna pop out in front of you.
Here we go!
Okay, so we'll try moving again, except this time I probably won't go for the red coins. It is quite a tough strat, and it's not something that a lot of people do try to implement into runs, purely because of how far into the run it is. But I'll just do a normal triple jump to get up here and get these 3 stars, which are all pretty close together.
Here we go!
So that was moving star number 2. We'll get number 3 and then do time stopped reds, which is... Actually, we'll do it now. It's quite easy. Oh, or not. So, entering with time stopped is actually a very small window, as you can see. It might have looked like it was on the 12, but it kind of wasn't, according to the game. So I'll wait a little longer here. Ooh, another invis wall.
Here we go!
Okay, so we've got TDC over and done with, finally. Onto Rainbow Ride, which is just possibly one of the easiest levels to die on, considering it's all just death plane, mostly.
Here we go!
Be careful of the flame there. Yeah, so this is just possibly the most platformy the run will ever get, is these red coins here.
Here we go!
So that's a strat where you basically lure the Lakitu into being under you when you wall kick off of the little slope there. But sometimes he can just hit you, and it's a little frustrating.
Here we go!
So that's Lakitu bounce number 1, and now I actually can't do the second one until after 100 coin, because I'll need the cannon open. Okay, we'll have actually quite a lot of time for donations here. It's quite a long carpet ride.
Just a reminder that we have 2 incentives coming up in the next couple of hours. We have Kiwi coming up in 2 runs from now, to play the game in Italian, and we are 66% of the way there. We have $248 left, so we have until the end of this run and then the next run, so that's about 45 minutes give or take. So if you'd like to see the game played in Italian, get ready and put your donations in for that. And after that, we have a incentive for Superliminal to have a bonus run for Superliminal any percent. We are 41% of the way there, and we need $585 remaining for that. So if you'd like to see that as well, it's a very funny run. Remember to get your donations in at donate.ausspeedruns.com.
Very riveting carpet ride.
Here we go!
Star.
Okay, now hopefully I don't fall off here. It can be quite disastrous. Otherwise we'll get another 3 minutes of carpet ride.
Here we go!
So that side flip can actually be quite scary. If you get a slightly bad angle, you can just get pushed off the ledge and just completely die.
Here we go!
So I lost all my speed, so I'm just gonna regain speed there and get enough speed to make the long jump.
Here we go!
Okay, one more star and then we're heading to Sky, the final level of the game. Whoa. Yeah, once again, another cycle-based level. I'm taking it easy. I don't want to die here. Oh no! Almost got grabbed by the chalk hill. Actually, spawning the stairs like that is actually kind of annoying. It's horrible. But I believe I have to go all the way this way again. Oh yeah. So you can get stuck on the bottom of poles there. The way to get up is you just mash B. Okay, there's 120 stars. Now on to the final fight. Yeah, there it is. So get ready on time. Time is when I grab the big star. And time. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching. If you're interested in running the game, check out thespeedrun.com. It should have all the necessary information. Join the Discord and whatnot. Thank you everyone for watching and donating. And yeah, I'll see you guys around.